Okay, so good afternoon, guys. I am here today with no intro. I'm just starting and getting right into it. And honestly, today I was initially planning to vlog something different. So I was planning to review two Michelin selected bars here in Saigon. And honestly, once I got there, I just felt like I didn't want to anymore. So something about it didn't really sit right with me. And I think a big reason is that lately when I've gone to vlog, I feel like I haven't shared enough to kind of describe to my story and what has kind of happened, so that I won't kind of have to do it again. So I'm here today just grabbing some knickknacks at this quiet vendor here because that's what I needed for today. And essentially I am just going to tell you a little bit more about the story, so that in future videos I don't have to cover it as much and I can really kind of just move forwards and try to just kind of take it day by day, not having to have it in the back of my mind, whether I've covered it well enough. And to tell you the truth, I honestly did not think that starting my own channel would kind of entail the need that I feel to kind of go over these things. So I think that's one aspect that is a little bit strange, but I'm just going to get into it. So first I'm just going to eat. I'm really hungry, so I've just ordered some hakao, so a plate of 5, as well as bun sap, which is pretty much just a fried version, not too sure what's inside. And then aroikum, so your rice paper roll, which has pork and prawns, and then just a salad, so a dried beef salad with papaya and some peanuts and prawn crackers. So gonna go for the hakaos. Not bad. So the plate, I can see there's 2 pork, so just fully pork only. Hopefully you can see that. And then the other ones have prawns in them, so a bit of a mix and a match. Not bad. I'm starving this morning. First meal of the day, and alright, here goes. So essentially what has happened is, if you have come to this channel because you have previously followed me on my joint channel with my partner at the time, then you would know that in October 2022, we made the decision to sell everything that we owned, quit our jobs and pretty much move overseas. I've always really enjoyed traveling, so I was really looking forward to and had always wanted to travel more. My partner at the time also really enjoyed traveling, and he had always wanted to kind of start a YouTube channel. And I guess we thought that, why not? We could document our journey, share it with our family and friends, and kind of see where that goes. So it was mostly a hobby. Then we started to take it quite seriously, of course, because we saw the engagement and, naturally get excited. We were traveling for about over 2 years, 2 years and 2 months. And I guess during that duration, there was, of course, issues here and there. And it's quite normal because we were, in a foreign country. We had never traveled before together internationally, and of course, the support circle here when you're overseas, it's much different. So we didn't really have much friends, and we relied on each other a lot. Anyway, so long story short, pretty much the relationship just didn't work out. It's just one of those things where I guess life happens, and once you continue in the relationship, you kind of realize that you're just different people and it's no longer working. So unfortunately, we did end up splitting up at the end of last year, so the end of 2024 in December. At the time of separation was we were in Hanoi, so it was a little bit difficult because I guess our whole lives kind of flipped upside down. We didn't really know what to do. And so we were separated, and for me personally, I was not too sure what I should do and where I should go. That's pretty good. And yeah, I really thought if I should go home and honestly I feel like a lot of people would, because your support circle is there. You know, would naturally go back, look for a job, and maybe if you like traveling, then travel, you know, here and there throughout the year, right? But for me, I didn't really consider that, and I really miss my family and friends as well. And for some reason, I just felt like I didn't want to go back. It was too soon for me, and this time alone is what I needed to kind of reflect back on myself and kind of build that future for me, or think about what I wanted moving forward. And that's been a really hard journey because, of course, the grieving process of feeling like I kind of failed, that the relationship didn't work out. I kind of failed because now I no longer have the YouTube channel or the social media accounts, and kind of feeling really lost. So whilst YouTube was a hobby for me, and you know, I have really noticed that it's really helped to benefit me in a way that I like to, I feel like it's helped me grow. And in a time period like this where you're going through tough times, it really helps you to kind of get out there and do things. And it's all kind of part of the process in terms of having good days and bad days. So today was, for some reason, just one of those days where it just wasn't such a good day. I managed to get a decent amount of sleep, but I guess I just woke up and felt quite flat and overwhelmed in terms of filming. So the two vegetables I was going to film was kind of more of a comparison and a review of which one I liked better, like personal preference. But to do that and not kind of act like I was okay, I didn't really feel like that. So I kind of just wanted to sit somewhere quietly when no one was around, and I thought I would kind of use the time to share with you. I even put on, you know, eyeliner today, and I did some meditation in the morning and went for a little stroll in the morning. These things generally help me, but today is just one of those days where, you know, I just need to be patient with myself and kind of just be compassionate towards myself, and understand that, you know, there's always going to be bad days, but there are good days ahead. And yeah, so now I've decided to use Saigon as my home base for the time being, with the intention of kind of just seeing what I want to do in terms of this new chapter. You know, and I've just recently created my own Instagram and reconnected with people from the previous accounts, the ones that I can remember their handles at least. And that period of, you know, kind of people asking what's happened has been a little bit difficult, but it's also made me feel really good to kind of reconnect and see familiar faces again. And, you know, a lot of questions about what's the next chapter, and my response is always, I'm not sure. I'm just honestly taking it day by day, because it's just so hard. It's something about being overseas by yourself and embarking on solo travel is much harder than I would have imagined. I mean, to be honest, I've never even solo traveled internationally before, so this is my first time because of the circumstances. And of course, you know, when you go through a breakup, it is abrupt, and generally you kind of just, you know, diving straight into whatever you can to kind of stay sane. And because you're by yourself, there's a lot of thinking that's happening, and you try to find ways to keep yourself busy. And yeah, unfortunately today is just one of those days where I'm not feeling too good. But my plan would be to definitely continue traveling. That would be the goal. But in the last, you know, two years since the move, neither of us had gotten a job because we just wanted to prioritize travel and, you know, do YouTube for fun. And that does take up a lot of time, let me tell you. And so, you know, a lot of savings were used. And so now to kind of continue traveling, I do need to kind of work out a way to get income so that I can continue to pursue my dreams of like travel, and now I guess new dream of vlogging that. And yeah, I just need to give myself time. It's only been 6 weeks, so I feel like 6 weeks feels like a long time, but it's also not. And every day will just be a process of moving forward, and eventually it of course gets easier day by day when you build your own confidence, when you find new hobbies and you kind of find the new things that you like and kind of build more of a routine. So I'm waiting for that day. Well, I've always really liked this sort of salad. It's a dried beef jerky with some like rum leaves, papaya, a kind of fish sauce that has a little bit more of a kick to it. It's like a fish sauce and I guess just all the flavors from the beef. It's good. Yeah. So if you've been through a really difficult time and you've done something that's really helped you, like listen to a podcast, read a certain book, a type of genre of music or a type of genre of movies, please let me know, because some days certain things that I do I just can't be bothered. So some days, usually I'll spend my mornings taking a nice little stroll before it gets hot, so about 7 or 8 before 9, and that's really nice to kind of people watch, see people get started on their day. But then there's days where I wake up and I'm like, no, like I just don't even want to go outside. And I'll kind of journal, but other days I'm like, journaling is not for me. Like taking time to write takes so long, can't get all my thoughts down in time. And yeah, I mean, I guess one thing that I haven't tried yet is kind of podcasts or reading a book. People have recommended me so many, but I guess in Vietnam it's a little bit hard to get your hands on a book that is in English, of course. And these things can be quite expensive here because, it has to get imported somewhere. And it's not that common to sell. So if you have any tips or ideas, please let me know in the comments below. Yeah. I don't know if I'm just starving, so everything tastes so good, or it's just a comfort thing right now to be somewhere quiet and cool inside, indoors, and kind of just getting it off my shoulder so that I can move forward and vlog videos and not have to think about if I had said enough. Because that has been playing in the back of my mind, and I feel so much better speaking to you. Okay, and so they also sell ice cream here. What a win. So there's 6 flavors. I think it was vanilla, taro, and others. I can't remember now. I think it's because I had to translate it from Vietnamese to English and then I've just forgotten altogether. But I've just gone for the rock melon, so your yu yang, and hey, and yeah. So she already had it frozen in a cup. She just got it out of the freezer and then placed it onto a cone for me, because the machine's not working at the moment, but it's actually really cool. So I feel like this area is popular for snacks, and maybe it's near, I think that's a school just across the road actually, so a lot of knickknacks for after school. It's a cool hangout area. It's got a lot of seating. They're just really friendly. This is good. Mm-hmm. I am like a biter for ice cream. I know it's weird, but I don't like looking at it. And I've just got extra 2 rice paper rolls. So it's pork and prawn for takeaway. Gonna head home after this, watch something. Currently watching a Korean TV show, but honestly I can't even tell you what's happening because of what it's called. I've just been zoning out. But if you have any recommendations on what to watch, something exciting, let me know. I love horror, action, and comedy. That's pretty much a wrap for today, and honestly, I feel like I picked such a good place because the ladies were so lovely at the end. She told me that leading up to the Lunar New Year, so there was a lot of snatching, so she said just to be careful with my phone, you know, my wallets, and of course the camera, that people start acting crazy, start taking things. So yeah, ice cream is honestly never ending. And you know, one thing that I've now gotten used to, but it still feels weird, is when people ask if I'm traveling by myself, and I feel uncomfortable telling them that I am. So I always say I'm with my brother, and he's just got a stomach ache. And I mean, it's a white lie, right? I don't know, for safety reasons. It's normal, right? Anyway, I'll leave it at that, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thanks for spending the day with me, and I will see you in the next one where we will actually eat properly.
So sweet like a lemonade. Took time making you the minute made. We can do something new, let me innovate. We can take it slow like we iterate.